NXT Takeover 30 is tomorrow night. And we'll just go for the card bottom to top here. One of these matches I really don't care about. But we'll get to that later. First of all, I'm not sure if this match is going to happen on the card or not, or it's going to happen during the NXT tapings. Of course, due to something that's going to happen recently with the Thunderdome, which we'll get to in SummerSlam, on the SummerSlam video. We will talk about that. But this event, as far as I'm concerned, is not happening at the Thunderdome. It's happening still in Full Sail, as far as we know. But I don't know if this match is going to happen on the show or the pre-show or whatever. It doesn't really say. But Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher. Of course, Balor did not qualify for the North American Championship, not did Thatcher, so this is a match just for that. Plus, they had some interaction last week, or this week rather. Actually, kind of a little bit of both. But nonetheless, this would be an interesting match. It's different colors of styles for sure. I really don't know. If I were to pick someone blindly, which I might just do here, I'll just pick Thatcher just because he needs it more than Balor does. He just needs it more. For the pre-show, we have Breezango and Breezango versus Oni, Lorcan, and Danny Burch, the 1-2 connection, versus Legado del Fantasmas, Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. Joaquin Wilde, formerly known as DJZ. And of course, they've been running roughshod ever since the winner of the Cruiserweight Championship, El Hijo del Fantasma, won the title, and they became associates of the now Cruiserweight Champion, Santos Escobar. But it's an interesting match. I mean, we've seen Breezango for the first time in a long time actually take this seriously, which is better to say the least. But as far as this match goes, I really don't know. And again, with the current conditions for the virus and everything else, we don't know who's getting called up. After a major event like Takeover 30, we can expect some call-ups, so we have to think about who goes to the main roster, who goes somewhere else, who stays in NXT, and that does go into predictions somewhat, depending on if you think someone's being called up or someone's going somewhere else or whatever. With them being on USA, kind of the progression of that is NXT UK to NXT to the main roster. So if you're going to bring people like one of the people that we're going to talk about, actually, no, he's not in the match, so never mind. He's not in there, so we won't talk about him until he actually has a match on a takeover. But nonetheless, as far as this goes, and of course the winner of this match goes on to face the tag champions at a later time. In fact, tag titles aren't on the line on this show at all, which is interesting. But yeah, the winners face a different takeover, I guess, because the tag titles aren't on the line here, as far as we know. But I would love to see Burch and Oni get it. Not that the other two teams can't get it, but I just feel like that's the better play here. Next up for the NXT Championship, Keith Lee versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett in his corner. Of course, Karrion Kross, the former Killer Kross, Scarlett, the Scarlett Bordeaux. They have had a very interesting rivalry as of late because they haven't really interacted as a lot. But just having this match happen is something really different. I mean, most recently with the contract signing, we saw Keith Lee have a fireball with Scarlett somehow having magical powers, signing the contract, then closing the contract. Having a fireball come out of a contract is something I don't think I've ever seen or anything like that in a very long time, if not ever. Contracts don't magically, spontaneously combust after being signed. That's not how that works, but, you know, you have to have something like that happen to make this match even better. Can Keith even see? Can even be medically cleared to fight in this match? I really don't know if they would drop the title off of Lee this quickly. But due to a match with him relinquishing the North American title, it's a possibility. And plus, Keith Lee's done it all now. With the exception, I think, of the tag titles, but he's done everything. So to bring him up to the main roster wouldn't surprise me at all. However, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I don't see him losing. So I'm going to pick Cross. I just don't see it happening. And just have him be an unstoppable monster the next few months and just build him up that way. But I don't know. Next up, the match I have been dreading. The match I hate. The match that will be the piss break for me personally. Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. McAfee, I don't know where they bring these people in. I mean, McAfee was decent during the SmackDown a long time ago, but he's kind of gotten out of my good graces, and he's just kind of the annoying piece of shit we see every day. Kind of the same as fucking Rosenberg. I don't know where you get these people, but and fucking Sam Roberts, but where you get these fucking people, I don't understand. It's not that they're not bad at their job. It's just that Pat is so overly annoying, and that's probably a good thing for him. But the fact that he gets this moment after punting someone in the face, and I've said this before, but sure, he's a punter in the NFL. You know, that's his thing. You kick things. But that punt recently took out a 71-year-old man, a 2-time Hall of Famer, 16-time world champion, in some people's opinions, myself included, the greatest wrestler that ever lived. So the punt actually has a much different meaning in our business than, say, the NFL or in soccer or something that involves kicking, per se. You took out one of the longest reigning world champions this company has. And I say company because at this point, NXT UK is now the official developmental, and NXT, with it being on USA every week, is technically now a true third brand. So, the fact that this is even happening just blows my mind. And I don't understand why you have to do this. Especially with the result that I am dreading and will more than likely happen. Pat McAfee shocks the world and fucking beats Adam Cole. Not that it can't happen. I just don't know how we got here. From being on his fucking podcast, his fucking show, whatever it is, to having the NXT interaction, to this. I don't know how this. I don't know. There are really times for me to be speechless. It does not happen. But I'm dreading this. I know it will happen. I know it's going to happen. I would pick Cole, but I just don't think it's going to happen. This is the way you write Cole out of NXT and you just put him in the main roster. You just fucking do this shit. I wish it was somebody else, but fucking Pat McAfee, of all people, is going to beat Adam Cole. And it's stupid. It is stupid. But just you watch. It's going to happen. I don't like it either, but it's going to happen. Moving on so I can actually recollect myself somewhat. The fucking match Anyway, the big dog, Dakota Kai, has her biggest match yet as she faces the NXT Women's Champion, Io Shirai, for the NXT Women's Championship. And of course, Raquel Gonzalez, Big Mommy Cool herself, will be in the corner of the big dog. This is an easier match to call with this. Big dog wins all the way, and I love it. Finally, the ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. Of course, we addressed earlier, Lee handled 2 titles apparently at the same time, or just didn't want to, so he gave the North American belt. We have had North American qualifiers the past few weeks, and I thought Ridge Holland was in this match, but he's not. I forgot that due to one of the people in the match, Holland is not in. But with this match is a very interesting field, to say the least. Originally, it was going to be... what's his fucking name? The former Sam Shaw. I forget his name. Dexter Lumis. Yes, it was going to be Lumis in there, but he got injured. So they had to have more qualifiers. And in this field, we have Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes going to the fucking moon, Johnny Gargano, and the Velveteen Dream. And of course, with the allegation of the Dream, I will not talk about that. It's just disgraceful. Much like the Michael Elgin situation, which is also disgraceful. I just won't talk about it. You're on my shit list at that point. You do that to a fucking child. Just not okay. Nonetheless, with this match, I really don't know, because again, you look at NXT, you used to as developmental, but with NXT UK being developmental now technically, kind of having a structured tier of developmental territories you go through to get to the main roster, one of these people have to go up so another person can come in. It's just how it works. I really don't know. Any one of these people could be champion. And, no, I don't think anybody would cross anybody out at this point. I mean, maybe Priest and Reed crossed each other out, but I don't know. If anything, this will be the match of the night for sure. But I feel like it's either Cameron Grimes or it's Bronson Reed. You have to make new stars. You have to keep going, and Gargano eventually has to go to the main roster. It would be nice to have an NXT career for the entire career and not just go to the main roster. Some people say an NXT career is better than a WWE career. But you want him to at least have that moment once to go up there a little bit more than he was originally, just for the one night that NXT stars were on the main roster, and not just due to an invasion angle or anything like that. They were just there just for that night. Because Dream needs to go up, Gargano needs to go up, Priest maybe, but I feel like it's either Grimes or Reed that wins it. I just don't know why. It's just a feeling. And with that, Takeover 30 is tomorrow night, and hopefully we don't have to drink to remove ourselves from the horrible feeling that Pat McAfee wins this match. It's just fucking ridiculous, but what are you going to do?